Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and today we're going to answer a pretty simple question. Did Onision do it? Everybody cool with that? There's a YouTuber out there called Onision, and we want to know if he did whatever he was accused of doing. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm not really a fan of Onision. I don't really know who he is or what the deal is. We're going to check his Wikipedia and find out, and then we're going to look at his astrology and see what the Astro says about him. And that's straight up. That's what we do here on the Sunny Side. But before we begin, for those who don't know, obviously I'm a professional astrologer, and you'll see that in a second. But we also have a really cool app out. Yeah, you gotta, we gotta plug the merch before we begin. And it's the SunnySide Astrology app. I put a couple of different horoscope widgets on there. There are 3 different horoscope widgets. If you're a horoscope junkie and you like checking your horoscope from different angles. In addition to that, there's an astrology compatibility widget on there. There's also you can also get your chart done there and interpreted all for free. And all you got to do is download the app. It's in the description box below, and it's available for Android and iPhone. All right, everybody cool? Let's get to it. All right, so first, let's check this Wikipedia thing and see who we're dealing with here. So this is Onision. Onision is known as Gregory Daniel Jackson, also known as Gregory Daniel Alvaro. Okay, whatever. And his YouTube username is Onision. Let's call him Onision. Right, he's an American entertainer and YouTube personality, obviously. And his primary YouTube, it says, he features sketches, satirical clips, that's comedy stuff, posted to other, he has other channels focused on personal stories covering topics such as suicide, self-harm, as well as discussion with his viewers. His online content has attracted controversy and criticism from online media outlets and viewers alike. All right, whatever. I don't really follow it, so I don't really know. As of November 2019, wow, recent. His main Onision channel has received over 2 million subscribers. Wow, that's a lot. Congratulations, my man. Onision, whatever you did, whatever you're in the news for, congratulations on your YouTube success. That's a lot. And 330 million views. His secondary channel, Bro, has received just under 2 million subs. Blah, blah. He's got another vlog, 1.6 million subs. So the guy is like, and he has a song. He has a music video to a banana song. I'm a banana. That's cute. So it's probably kind of funny. Pretty good. 70 million views. That's real good, man. Super congratulations. All right, early life. He's told his fans his mother raised him and his older sisters in a rural environment and that they were Seventh-day Adventists. Sounds like a religious thing. Additionally, in his self-published Facts About Onision video, Jackson states that his mother filed for divorce once it made it clear that his father was a child predator. All right. I think that's important going forward for what he's accused of. During his teenage years, Jackson composed music and worked on web and graphic design. All right. Well, so like someone who's born during these kind of guys tend to do a lot of, in that time in history, they did a lot of web design, right? Obviously, they do web design. They're associated with web. They help websites. They do music, multimedia, and they become a personality. They're good at it. Then they're good at the design. They're good at they understand the technology, and they're good at making content. He's probably a very engaging content creator. Next, video content, online career. So he created his channel in 2006, but didn't upload any content until 2007. Okay, whatever, that's normal. His earliest clips featured a character named Chibi, whose fans interpreted as a parody. By 2019, Insider wrote that Jackson was best known for his objectifying content and controversial reputation. Obviously, right, that's almost all of them are. And detailed that he rates pictures that women submit to him, gives his opinions on their body, and comments on other YouTubers. All right, whatever, man. So that's what he does. The guy pulls up pictures of girls and he says it, whether he likes them or not, and for some reason people like that. People like it, whatever you know. Like, that's the way the world is these days. Or that's the way his part of the world is these days. And maybe if you're a fan, it's your part of the world too. Anyways, our part of the world here on the Sunny Side is a little different. What else is going on? In 2009, he uploaded the Banana song, and it went viral. Congratulations, my man. That's very difficult to do. It featured him jumping around, screaming in a banana suit, as well as his first wife, Sky, you know, very cool. Very cool, man. Good idea. Jump around in a banana suit, go viral. Okay. All right. 2011, Jackson posted a number of clips with his then girlfriend. The clips were scripted. Nothing wrong with scripting your scripts, but presented in a manner many fans interpreted as unscripted. All right, whatever. That's just a style thing. That's just a style thing. As a YouTube content creator myself, you know, some stuff scripted, some's unscripted. It all depends. It's all, you know, whatever's whatever, right? Good. So the audience is always filled with haters, right, man? So so far I'm on your side, player. Okay. All right. Okay, his girlfriend. All right. They said Jackson and this girl later stated that she was pregnant and suffered a miscarriage. All right, whatever. That may or may not be true. It's all irrelevant, right? Because we're talking about the entertainment biz, and you can't believe everything you hear in the entertainment biz. 2019, a video featuring this girl resurfaced online. In it, Jackson is heard telling her, "You know, this video is never going to go online. No one will ever know how much I abuse you." That's funny. Well, someone's a narcissist in this story, which is not so weird. Someone's clearly a narcissist, and they're trying to public shame the other person. It's obvious as textbook stuff. Reception. Jackson's. All right, let's get to it. Jackson's on-camera and off-camera activity received criticism. Obviously, in 2010, he was listed as 5 YouTubers on his way up. Obviously, the outlet described Jackson's channel as frequently updated with very rough, in-your-face, R-rated style. Obviously, and the most controversial YouTuber, which is all subjective. What else? The guy's known for his militant vegetarianism. That's so funny. What do you do? Shove carrots up here? Anyways, his sex appeal, comedic skits, and controversial views on topics. The publication has also criticized his content on multiple occasions. In 2013, which is well in the past, one of the writers wrote that he's YouTube's most troubled star. Whatever, that's part of the gig. Anyway, so you obviously had some of the critics. Obviously, some of the critics didn't like what he was doing on YouTube. But once again, in this time period in YouTube's development, as a YouTuber myself who's been around a while, that was a very edgy time during YouTube. Like Stormdy was doing stupid stuff, like, you know, Grozella. Like there were a lot of YouTubers really pushing the boundaries of taste, morals, and ethics in the quest for, you know, subs. And some people really liked it. Some people, you know, and you know, some degree of YouTube's audience really liked it, and other parts of the YouTube world, and especially critics, didn't like it. And a number of these channels were deleted. They were taken down. And especially when YouTube started to, Google or YouTube went commercial, and they had that ad apocalypse, which I got hit with too, by the way. We all got hit with. When you had and I changed my channel as a result of it. When we had the ad apocalypse hit, then, you know, guys changed their action. And then they went to Patreon. All right, anyways, things changed. Anyways, I'm just telling you guys what YouTube was going through back then, because a lot of the young viewers right now, or people who are relatively new to YouTube, they don't understand they don't really get what YouTube used to be like. But I've always loved YouTube as a form. I always believed that YouTube gives an opportunity for a guy to get on camera and do his thing. Content made by creators for creators. And this guy is clearly a YouTuber doing his thing, whether you like it or not. Now, we got to know what he did offline, right? We got to know if he went crazy. Bans from VidCon and Patreon. Jackson was banned from VidCon in 2012, right, a long time ago, since he stated that Jurgensen, one of these girls, I guess his original wife or his girlfriend, slept with more than 20 people before she was with him. And so he has controversial views. He's probably somewhat extremely immature. Sounds like a guy who made money quick. It's your typical story. It's a pretty typical story. And next, in 2019, he was banned from Patreon after posting the phone number of fellow YouTube creator Billy Dawn Webb, who had claimed she had been groomed. Okay, so this is the story, which is right now. So the guy, in classic narcissistic format, I'm starting to get the vibe here from this Wikipedia thing that he's a classic narcissist, and he went out and classic narcissist thing is to try and publicly shame someone. There's also a slow boil where he's going to sit there and slow boil someone to get them to freak out. He's going to catch it on tape and he's going to publicly shame you. This is pretty textbook. It's a really, so far it's, you know, good for you, man, for doing your thing. Bad on you for not, for, you know, flaming out in narcissistic insanity. Anyways, Jackson, blah, blah, blah. In 2019, he was banned from Patreon after posting the phone number of fellow YouTube. Like, dude, just go get another girl. What's your problem? You got, like, just go get another. Like, are you really that obsessed with some? Get rid of her. You know, like, what kind of control freak are you? Anyways, at the time, Webb, this girl, was one of several women who had accused Jackson of harassment, manipulation, and abuse. Patreon confirmed in a statement that they had banned Jackson as he violated bullying and harassment policy, as it seems related. Okay. It's really silly. This guy is silly. Okay, allegations of abuse and child grooming. Again, dude, like, how could you? It's a good thing you aren't a real rock star, or you would, like, be so in jail it's not even funny. It's a really good thing you're a YouTuber, not a real rock star. In 2019, allegations of child grooming and abuse were levied at Jackson and his spouse. Jackson responded by stating that the grooming stuff is absolute nonsense, which it may be, okay? It may be. As aforementioned, Webb also made allegations of abuse by Jackson and Avero, stating that she was she was sent text asking her to be chained to the basement wall for a walk for a week. Well, I'm not reading this. What's wrong with my reading today, man? All right. Asking her to be chained to the basement wall for a week with a sign around her neck that says, it says, "I'm sorry for lying." What are these guys, sick? When reached by Insider for comment in response to that, Jackson requested $10,000 for the interview, stated, "I don't want to participate in the circus without compensation. I should be paid to endure stupidity of the current state." Well, I don't know, man. This is a world, you know, when you enter into this world, okay, we're going to look at the chart and see. This is a long time to check out what this guy's worth. You're dealing with the sunny side here. I take my time when I do stuff. And so it looks like, well, this is the world that you're getting. This is the world that you get involved with when you're looking at these kind of people. So you've got people who have some kind of sudden success. You know, they're doing a lot of stuff. You get a computer programmer nerd or like a web design nerd. He has he gets a viral video. He's got his girl. He marries some wife who's paying some bills. He's paying some bills. The next thing you know, things get a little cool. They want to get exciting. They kind of do some stupidness. Things go a little bit sideways. They get away with it. They don't get away with it. They have notoriety. And 5 years later, the guy's still chasing that light that seems to be lost because the world has changed. YouTube is not the same it was 8 years ago. You know, like 6-8 years ago. And so that's the deal. Anyways. You know, as a YouTuber, I feel for the guy. As a professional in the entertainment industry, I'm like, dude, you got to keep your stuff together, man. You should stay away from this kind of stuff. And, you know, God help that you're not a real rock star. You'd be fried right now. You wouldn't have been able to control yourself. All right, did he really do it? Let's see what's going on with this personal chart here. So we don't know what time Onision was born. Time for the astrology stuff. Thanks for bearing it out with me. Watch the video on fast forward. That's what I do. Okay, so when we don't know someone's birth time, there are a number of ways we can do this in astrology. Some put the sun up here at the midheaven because, like, whatever, right? That's what they do. In Magi astrology, that's what they do. But Magi astrology looks at the declinations. I know you don't know what that is. That's true, mumbo jumbo, but whatever. Another way to do it is to put the ascendant, the sun, right here on the ascendant, and we look at planets as they orbit in relation to the sun. Now, check it out. The sun in the zodiac is where the light is shining. Okay, so that's the big deal. So we're putting it on the ascendant. Don't worry, you don't need to know any astro mumbo jumbo to make it through this. I'm just using astrology to see what kind of guy this is or what kind of situation's happening. So all this stuff. So first up, for those who don't know, he's a Scorpio with a whole ton of monster stellium. That's 3 or more planets or a lot of energy in Scorpio. Straight up. Scorpio is a sign that is it deals with uncovering the truth. The Scorpio is known as the detectives of the zodiac. They are a highly vindictive and retributive signs. So I heard stories about this guy when people used a clip of his, or they used his picture or some kind of thing, they'd have the video removed, or they'd ask them to be demonetized, or he was very much a control freak. And so he's also extremely, I've heard, retributive. So whatever, man. So we're not using any of his images in this video anyways. And so this is the axis of stuff and control in the zodiac. So these guys are actually the most possessive guys in the entire zodiac. And so Taurus and Scorpio are the most possessive signs in the zodiac. In addition to that, they are extremely stubborn. Scorpio is a very behind-the-scenes sign. They like to uncover things. They are the signs of deception. They're not the sign of illusion, or that's Pisces. Scorpio is a sign of looking behind the veil and subterfuge, going underneath, going behind the scenes. They're one of the signs of deception, not illusion, deception. And there's a difference. Pisces is la 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 la. Oh, I'm on drugs. I don't give you shit. That's Pisces. Scorpio's like, hey, we're gonna go mess you up. Nobody's gonna see you coming. And that's the deal. And that seems to be quite in line with what's going on. So possessive, controlling, behind the scenes, and they also mention sexuality. Scorpio's a sign of sexuality, so it makes perfect sense that that's the deal. In addition, to back up a little bit further what they're talking about, this entire generation of Pluto in Scorpio, this is the generation that's restructuring sexuality. So Pluto restructures things. Scorpio is your sexuality. It's also restructures how we investigate things. So before we used to investigate, okay, whatever. The important thing that we're talking about here is sexuality. So this is the generation of people who, when you saw the explode, so when Pluto entered Scorpio, that's when we started to see things like same-sex washrooms publicly. We started to see a major explosion in online pornography, major explosion in it. Lots of webcamming sites, gender transformation became normalized. People are used to it. Now it's not regular androgynous stuff. The androgynous look has been around for centuries, forever. Like Egyptians, we have history and stories of Egyptians with an androgynous look. So it's not the point, and it's not really the look. It's the sexuality itself is going through some kind of transformation, one-on-one. Anyways, whatever. And okay, whatever. It's like, I guess you guys get the point. And if you know anyone born in the 80s to 90s, obviously you figure it out. And so, okay, what else, Sonny? Okay, so that's the big stuff here. There's some stuff that you're going to want to know that you wouldn't know normally from checking this stuff out. So all of this stuff, astrologically, is behind the sun. Okay, this stuff here is what's called behind the sun. That's the sun right there, and this is behind the sun. So all of this stuff, all of this energy is hidden from view. It's also the part of hidden enemies and secrets and stuff you cannot see that's happening. And so this guy, he has very much Venus. Love happens behind the scenes. He probably has a lot of secret admirers. He probably lusts after people behind the scenes, and he's probably one seriously sneaky mofo when it comes to the horizontal vibe in a very serious way. In addition to that, we have the moon here. So there's a tremendous amount about this guy that he keeps private to himself. So a lot of those ideas, I could be cliche here and say, well, when you're on camera and you're playing a character, you're hiding your true identity. And, he's kind of hiding in plain sight here. He is playing a character. The character is based on who he is, to some degree, who he is. But there is a tremendous amount about this guy, like what he truly feels and what he wants, and what he attracts is very much behind the scenes. On top of that, we have Pluto here. This means in the 12th house, this is a situation where he may have had serious problems growing up. One of his parents may have died. There might have been divorce in his... I just read that, right? His parents are divorced or something. There might be violence in his background, a divorce, abuse, extreme narcissism, not kind of narcissism. Like if this was back here or if this was back there, we'd have kind of narcissism. But with this, it's extreme narcissism, extreme abuse in his past. And that's just the way the action flows, man. Like that's just the way. For some people, that's the way they live, and they don't have the gas or the education or the support system or the success system to see them escape that. And when they get money and fame, money and fame gives you the ability to run whatever BS programming is going on in your head. So if Buddy has abuse programming running around in his head, then the money and the fame gives him this abuse to make this stuff in his brain real. And he's not the only one. He's like everybody, right? So if you come from a successful background and you have money and fame, you're going to have an extremely awesome life. If you come from a crap background and you get the money and the fame, which gives you the ability to live out your imagination, you're going to have an extremely crap life. And that's just the way it is. And it sounds like this guy, his upbringing has warped his senses, and the money and the fame is giving him a crap life. I feel really sorry for him. He should come hang out on the sunny side and chill out a little bit. And I'm a Scorpio. I'm a double Scorpio, just like him. I know the way it is. I see the same things he does, but it's I come from a really successful background. I'm not like this. It's actually, I don't even care about money or fame. I'm just reading the charts for you guys. All right, so that's the deal. So he's a sneaky SOB. He does a lot behind the scenes. His love is behind the scenes. He's controlling behind the scenes. I do believe that he has the ability to tie some people up. He does have the ability to be sneaky, and he is one. In addition to all of that, Venus in Scorpio is a big deal. Venus means you relate to someone sexually. If Venus was in Sagittarius, you'd want to make everybody laugh all the time. If Venus was in Leo, you'd do your hair together. You'd make yourself look good. You'd primp and clean each other. If Venus was in Cancer, you guys would bake cookies with each other. If Venus was in Aries, you guys would compete against each other. Venus in Scorpio means for him to express something with you, he has to have sex with you. This guy is probably a control freak and a sex addict, and I do believe he does stuff behind the scenes. On top of that, it looks like Saturn is right on top of the sun, but it's not. All right, so we're not going to throw the book at the guy. It looks like Saturn's on top of the sun, but it's not. These are the notches here. They're actually 10 degrees apart, which is, that's not really that close in astrology. And so, but with Saturn here in the first house, and now for those who don't know astrology, Saturn actually rules the first house. It's going to make him a disciplined person. It's going to make, it's not that he doesn't have the discipline and the drive to succeed. He very clearly does. What he doesn't have is the programming in his brain to like he has his brain, like he's programmed for behind the scenes, abusive, narcissistic, like seduction. That's what he's programmed for. He didn't write a song like "We Are the World," or like or like Imagine, or some song of beautiful creativity. He wrote a song like "I'm a Banana," it's a totally different kind of thing. Anyways, whatever. So that's what's a highly sexual kind of song, sexual comedy. All right, next, he does have some good stuff in here. So that's all the dirty stuff. The good stuff is right here. Look at this. Mercury and Uranus right here together in Sagittarius. He is extremely creative. Extremely creative. He has the potential to be extremely intelligent, ridiculously creative, and at his core, minus all of the abuse and narcissism, he wants to make people laugh. He really does. He's got a weird way of showing it, but he's like a double Scorpio. He's got obviously a weird way of showing it. But in his way, he makes people laugh. It's good for him. He has a big sense, a big view of the world. He sees the big picture. He's incredibly intelligent, very outside of the box thinker. And if he wasn't a pervert, he could he wasn't a perv, he could definitely do some crazy, amazing things in this world. Next, Mars is here in Libra. This means the guy is a very debate-oriented kind of guy. He sees the other side of the story. He probably is quick to fight, quick to defend. And Mars is not so great in Libra. Libra likes harmony. Mars likes chaos. So the guy probably is quick to debate, quick to say bad things about people, quick to poke holes in other people's arguments. If this was Venus, if Venus was here, he would be, or Mercury was there, he'd be saying nice things to people all the time. But because Mars is here, he's looking at the opposite, and he's not really he's looking for ways to be controversial, which is his gig, man. That's his thing. And as a fellow YouTuber, man, all the power with you. Go be controversial, go do your thing, go make as much money as you can, because the world ain't giving you anything. You got to go take it, Onision. So go take what the world is giving you. But by all means, don't be stupid. Don't be like, I hope it's not true, the stuff they're saying about you. All right, so that's that. What's up next? Let's look at his transits. So I did have a brief look at his chart before we began, and I was trying to figure out, like when we do Rudy Giuliani's chart, it's hard to believe that someone like Rudy Giuliani. So there are types of ways that a chart moves forward. We can look at what's happening to him, which is what we're going to look at in Onision, and then we can look at like around the person, like people attacking what's causing you to go crazy, or did you actually go crazy? And when we look at Giuliani's chart, we're not looking at what the world did to him at the time, meaning, oh, you're crazy today, but tomorrow you're okay, because Giuliani's not going through that. He's like, what made this guy crazy? This guy's gone crazy. What happened to him? So we look at a different type of chart. But when we look at Trump didn't like go crazy. He's always crazy. He's just going through this. This is him. And so with Onision, I looked at his progress chart to see if he went crazy, if there was a time where he went, hey man, you crazy? What's going on with you? But there's nothing there. This is who he is. And what's happening is the stuff around him is affecting him, and it's causing certain things. And so there's no event in his life astrologically, and there's no progression that created this mental banana situation. This is who he is. For better or worse, there's no excuse. This is the cat right here. Now, when we look at the transits to see what's going on in this guy's life, we have some action here. This is 2019, and so this guy right here, which causes a lot of fuss, has been traveling like this in 2019. And so whatever, that's not a big deal. It's going to cause controversy in his career. It's going to cause controversy behind the scenes. It means right now, for the second half of 2019, he has some major enemies in his life. If this guy came to see me right now, if he came to the SunnySide and say, hey Sonny, I need some help, man, check my chart out. Or if he came 2 months ago when Mars was like over here, I'd say, you know what, playa, you got some bad action coming behind the scenes. Someone that you don't know, because once again, this is hidden enemies. This is the stuff here you don't know about. I'd be like, playa, someone behind the scene coming to jam me up your action. You better watch yourself. And sure enough, that's what it is. That's easy. That's astrological, easy peasy right there. But that doesn't answer the question we're looking for. This is the stuff that's going on right now. This is what's causing a big problem for a lot of people. And it's causing people who have energy, a lot of Capricorn energy, a lot of Libra energy, a lot of Cancer energy, and a lot of Aries energy to go cuckoo bananas. So right now, Cancers, Capricorns, Aries, and Libras, they are going cuckoo bananas. They have a lot of stress in their lives. There's a lot of change in their lives. It's really difficult for them. And people who have certain energies in that. A lot of that energy signature, they're feeling it. All right, everybody cool with me? Next. So, for those who don't know, one of the really good things to look at in your chart when you're reading your horoscopes is to look at your Venus sign. Especially for women, obviously you look at your sun sign, maybe look at your rising sign, you don't have to. Depends on who's doing the horoscopes. When you watch my horoscopes on YouTube, obviously look at the rising sign, but you should also check out your Venus sign. I know some people say check out your moon. It's Vedic astrology, it's used differently. The moon is used for timing. It's not used for, what is my moon? The moon is used as a transit, not as your moon sign in your chart for what's going on, for those who want to know about it. But if you watch my channel, you'll know more about that. All right, so that's the deal when you're watching your horoscope. Now, I want you to guys notice something. Do you see anything in Cancer? No. Do you see anything in Aries? No. Maybe a little bit. Do you see anything in Capricorn? Not really. Do you see anything in Libra? Not really. Mars is in Libra, but it's at 9 degrees, so that would have affected him back at the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. So he would have gone in the worst time. He would have been doing a lot of crazy stuff at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. That's when he was being extremely deviant. As for everything else, the answer is no. This guy is not under major, this guy is not doing it. This stuff is all over here. He would have had his problems a number of years ago. If we look about it, he would have had his problems. This is right now, we're over here in we're almost in 2020. Everything was here in 2018, the beginning of 2000, end of 2000, so 2017, 2015, say 2014, 2014, I'm just rough guessing it here, 2014, that's when, or at the beginning, say 2013. I guess I could pull up the chart and show you guys, right? In 2013, say about 2013 is when he was going through his difficult time period. And as this double Scorpio, similar signs to Onision, I get it too. That's when he was going through all of this. That's when he was going through a lot of problems. Right now, life should actually be pretty good for him, except this person who's stabbing him in the back. When he moves forward, when it's past in another couple of months, then he's going to have to deal with the karma of it. He's going through a big change in January. January 2020 is going to be a big change for this guy. Major life transformation in January 2020. I don't know if he's going to go find God or go find condoms or whatever he's going to find, but life's going to change for him coming up. And that's the action. Did he do it? All the signs point to he definitely could have done it. He definitely could have done it. He 100% has the personality. He 100%, he has the astro chart. He 100%, according to Wikipedia anyways, which might be instead of 100%, it might be 0%, right? Never believe anything you read on the internet. And he, he has the upbringing that would have twisted his concept of, family values and what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. He also has something else in this situation. He probably interacts in a situation and creates an environment. You see, this isn't just what he does, it's what happens to him as well. It's where the energy is. So it's not just that. People attack this guy behind the scenes. And so he has a lot of enemies that he doesn't know about. And so, yeah, he's a behind the scenes guy. Yeah, he can be a sneaky mofo. But at the same time, people attack him behind the scenes, and people are very sneaky towards him. And there might be some stuff happening where people are also trying to take advantage of him. And that's how the astrology works. It says that advantage is being taken behind the scenes. There's abuse behind the scenes in this guy's life. So whether someone is abusing him behind the scenes or he's abusing someone else behind the scenes, that's what's going on. So be careful when you watch this video. Don't go pitchfork and flame anybody because, you're like, oh, Sonny said this, Sonny said this. No, Sonny didn't say that. Sonny said, there's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes in this guy's life. He is being attacked right now behind the scenes. He has enemies have coming out of the woodwork, and And that's just the action. That's just the way it is. His karma doesn't have anything. Transiting karma is not affecting him in any way, shape, or form. He had his Saturn return. His Saturn return happened in 2015. So that's when his life changed. And so as from now, or 2014 to 2015, right? It takes time. So that's when his life changed. And right now, he's just going to have to deal with it. It's not going to get tough with him for another couple of years till everything's over here. And that's the deal. So did he do it? He definitely has all the astro characteristics to pull off whatever he was trying to do. And at the same time, there's a lot of sneaky nonsense that's happening to him behind the scenes. And that's my 2 cents. Please like the video. Please download the app. Please subscribe to the SunnySide. Watch my horoscope videos. Watch my astrology videos. Watch my comedy channel if you want. Otherwise, I wish everyone the absolute best. As a fellow SunnySider, I hope he didn't do the things, player. I hope you didn't do the things you're being accused of. I know what it's like to be accused of things you didn't do, and I just, at the same time, if you did, watch it, you're in a lot of trouble. And that's the action. Please share the videos. Please subscribe. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super beautiful week. And I'll see you guys soon.